Hello everyone, and welcome back to Wolf Quest 3, where we are here with the Moon Pack as Meadow and Genesis round up their children, who are sprawling all over the tall grasses, getting bigger and bigger and more eager to explore on their own, and trying to get them all settled down so we can take a nice nap. Oh, Meadow and Genesis just spent a long time going ahead and exploring their territory to the south, strengthening it up, finding that there were a group of female dispersal wolves who have apparently been exploring. Oh, look at that, and Calypso is hanging out with Genesis. That is actually a lot of your guys' theory, is that Calypso is very close to her father. Achilles has come to curl up next to us and go to sleep. There's Parsley, big and healthy and strong now that she is recovering from her sickness. And poor exhausted Meadow finally gets to lay her head down for just a minute. And now that we have woken up, we are going to go ahead and continue with Meadow's quest, the quest that is defining her life and defining the legacy she is going to be leaving and making her mark in the Moon Pack, feeding these puppies and keeping them alive long enough so that they too can grow and tell their own stories in the future. And at the moment, the only one we have left to go ahead and feed is Achilles. He just needs to put on like 0.2 more pounds, and then we will have successfully tended to the entire pack. We lost all of our flower girls, unfortunately, from Daisy to Bluebell to Parsley. However, we did manage to go ahead and keep Arrow, Achilles, Parsley, and Calypso alive so far. Still nervous about that. Need to make sure that that remains the case, but I think we're good. Look at Parsley. She's got so much energy. All right, all of you into the spots. The pups are hungry. Come on, Calypso, hang out with your sister. Come on, Calypso. There we go. All right. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start searching out some food for Meadow. It looks like there are a lot of Lucky Rabbit's feet running about, so maybe we can go ahead and get a little bit of a snack that way. Oh, there it is. And then we're going to try to get the last little bit of the food that we actually need for our pups as well. All right, let's see if we can bring Genesis to us, because we need to do a spot of hunting. And we're gonna have to see what's here and available. Oh, there we go. Yes! A mule deer fawn, that would be perfect. That would be absolutely perfect. We just have to ignore the mother for a second. I think Genesis, because we're so close, unlucky for her. All right, can I go ahead? I want to pick this up. Don't eat from it. Don't eat from it. Pick it up. Okay, there. Yes! Oh, you guys, I can't believe it was that easy. An unfortunate, like, mule deer went ahead and was trying to walk through this meadow, probably full of tasty flowers, with her fawn. And unfortunately for the fawn, that cycle of trying to get as much energy and life from whatever resources are available has taken its life kind of early. Genesis seems to be on guard for the pups today. And there we go. Let's go ahead and call them out so they know they can come eat. And hopefully Achilles will get his turn. He is definitely the one who is the runt and has to wait the longest to be able to eat. But after that, gosh guys, this is so exciting. We might do a little bit of hunting to go ahead and feed poor Meadow and Genesis, because I think they're a little hungry. And then we might go ahead and play with our pups a little bit longer to see how much weight they're all going to be putting on. There you go, you guys. Oh, look at them. Achilles is very playful. Arrow and Calypso seem to be a little bit more serious. Arrow is always racing ahead and trying, hi Calypso, is always racing ahead and trying to figure out like where we're going to go next. Parsley is always like just pushing forward and wants to be involved. Hi Calypso, hi Arrow. Wants to be involved in whatever requires strength and stamina. Achilles, Did you manage? Achilles, you're chewing a stick. We are literally just waiting on you, little friend. Just you. You're the only one. Achilles. Achilles has his own. Oh, look at Parsley. Parsley was just telling Calypso that Parsley is definitely more dominant. She's absolutely more dominant than the others. Achilles, you just need to eat a little bit more, and instead he's chewing a stick. That's hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. And meanwhile, Parsley is going ahead, and she is now almost 22 pounds. That's just, you guys are just, oh my goodness. All right. Well, Achilles is literally letting everybody else eat. So, oh, Calypso's chasing her tail. And he's just chewing a stick. This is that all-important time where now we are looking at all of our wolf pups, and we're gonna have to decide who is going to end up being heir to the moon pack, and we're gonna have to vote on that and figure out what we think. My vote, of course, thanks to your guys' kindness over the years, is gonna count for a lot because, you know, I will be spending possibly the next, like, several weeks working with whoever the heir ends up being. Yes, Calypso loves her dad. She would have a lot of Genesis's strengths, I think. And so if we had Calypso become the heiress, I think we would definitely focus more on being over more towards the Prospect Peak areas and maybe even pecking away at a bunch of their territory. If we had Parsley be the heir, I feel like she would go where she felt her strength could be most proven and really fight back the Crevice Lake Pack, or the Dark Lake Pack as we've nicknamed them. If we had Arrow be our heir, I think that he would kind of stay in a similar zone, but maybe more like up and down that his parents have claimed. And if we had our little Achilles be the heir, I feel like he would more or less stick to the territory that he's familiar with, and he might focus on trying to steal territory that's been weakened instead of trying to take over territory that's still strong. He might really see if the strategy of just going in and snagging spots that have fallen from the other pack's control instead of trying to take them on where it's still really strong would be a good one. So their personalities will definitely determine different ways that the different members would... Achilles, are you going to go ahead and eat? Oh my goodness. Different ways that the different members of our pack... Whoops, I didn't mean to tell them to go back in, but I guess that's okay. Meadow's still hungry, and this might give us a chance to go eat. Come on, Genesis. I wonder if he's going to come with us now. Yeah, now he's going to come with us. All right, let's see if we can find them some breakfast. Because we got something for the pups, but we didn't get anything for Meadow and Genesis. And if we can just find something close by, that would be excellent. There's some mule deer and an elk herd. I wonder. Mule deer 2 hours ago. Bison somewhere nearby. Mule deer. Seems like they're heading somewhat towards where an elk herd can be scented to. And the elk calves are really small at the moment, so they're very easy to hunt. Mule deer. Hour and 35 minutes ago. I think we might go ahead and follow the elk herd scent. So let's go this way and see what we find. What's this? Ah, a lucky rabbit's foot. Alright, we'll grab that real quick. There's some bison moving around in the distance. Oh, and the birds singing. I love this world. I'm so glad that we're going to have some pups that have survived. We'll ignore the bison herd. But I am so glad that we have pups that have survived and will become part of the legacy of the Moonpack story as they continue to expand over this land. Like, we're gonna develop... Alright. That's a moose. She has a calf. I don't want to be kicked by a moose. Be careful, Genesis. Genesis, come on. You don't want to take that kick. As tempting as it would be, I think I would rather follow the scent of this herd. Oh. There we go. Bison elk herd, are they moving this way? Yes! Let's keep going, because maybe they have a baby there. or just something easier to hunt. 10 minutes. All right, come on, come on. We're pretty exhausted, so the sooner we can trace down this herd, the better. All right, don't need that coyote in our way. I know, I know, I know. You're so tired, Meadow. Hang in there. Are we... Okay, we're closing in on them now. Oh no, they're in another territory? Oh, there they are, there they are! Alright, let's look for one of the little ones. There we go. Alright, there's a lot of elk calves with them, and this one was already weak. Alright, come on, Genesis! Oof. Genesis, 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 come on! We've got to take this guy out and then get out of this area. Alright, come on, little elk calf. Alright, there's Genesis. There we go. Almost, almost, almost. There we go. Okay. Can I carry this? No, I cannot carry this. So let's go ahead and fill up, and then we're going to get out of the Prospect Peak area. And there we go. All right, so we're full. And now we're going to head back home, and then we will take a well-deserved nap. How did we... Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is definitely like heavy, heavy Prospect Peak territory. No howling, Genesis! What were you doing? The howling part we could have done without. Alright. And at least we can bring back a rabbit. Maybe Achilles is just a picky eater. Maybe that's the problem we have. Phew! Okay, now we're back in our territory. Genesis, you goose! We did not need the howling. We did not need the howling whatsoever. But we've got full bellies. I feel like, oh, it's just so surreal to think like that may have been, for a long time, the last hunt that we saw Genesis and Meadow do together. It was a great one, though. We are completely exhausted. And we've learned a lot about the way of the wild and how beautiful and expansive the world is here. How the different creatures will utilize different places of it. As the seasons change, different plants emerge and call them to come here or there so that they'll be able to eat them. The warmer slopes up here being places that the ungulates, all of the hoofed creatures, tend to prefer, no doubt because not only do they have a lot of warmth and visibility, so they can see things trying to sneak up on them in the forest, but also because in the sunnier slopes, you probably have a lot more of the ground cover plants that a lot of those ungulates eat compared to a forest. Because have you ever noticed that during spring, when the trees have not yet grown all of their leaves, there's a lot of ground cover? But when we start getting further into summer and when we start getting further into autumn, there's not as much ground cover in many thick forest. And that's because the leaves will eat up and block out that sunlight. And then the understory just won't have as much growing in it. Oh, a good hunt. And so, of course, in the summer, you might find more ground plants in sunny areas with no trees. It's easy to think that trees are always a good thing. I personally love trees, of course, but they really are in the way. If you're trying to be a little bush and growing, the tree will steal all of the food from you. Achilles did want the lucky rabbit's foot, so he was just being a little stubborn and hungry. Maybe he's not a fan of mule deer, and he would try to hunt other things most of the time. All right, Achilles. Oh my gosh, Achilles, come on. All right, hopefully... Calypso's got a beautiful howl too. I love how they all have different howls. But hopefully now that that is done, Achilles, hi! When we go ahead and nap just now, it'll be the last little bit of energy that Achilles needs to reach 20 pounds. So let's go ahead and take a snooze. He's curling up next to us. And of course his sisters are eating the rabbit we brought back that he wanted to eat. Alright, let's see how things go. Have we finally reached the final chapter of this part of our Moon Pack legacy. Come on, Achilles. He really is just a slow grower. Let's try direct feeding him. Oh, there we go. Success! You've kept your pups alive and growing at the rendezvous site. You've now completed the Sloth Creek episode. Congratulations! If you would like, you can keep playing here at the rendezvous site in endless summer mode while you await the next episode, Towerfall, coming sometime in the future. And we've done it, my friends. We've completed it! So alright, that is the end of Meadow and Genesis's first pack, and possibly the end of the time that we will see with them, even though that makes my heart, oh my gosh, that makes my heart feel a lot of strong emotions. And now we're going to get ready to go ahead and vote on who you think should be the next member of the Moon Pack. Parsley, Calypso, Achilles, or Arrow. I will be posting the vote hopefully in our community channel as soon as this goes out, and we'll work from there. So go check out the community tab, put in your vote, put your comments down below. I will look over all of them. I will probably pick whoever wins the vote for sure. But I will put a big point towards the ones that I would really feel fantastic with working with. And right now that's kind of Parsley and Achilles, but I think Arrow and Calypso also have some great stories to share. So, if you guys could, do please leave a like for Meadow and Genesis's wonderful experience here with their part of the Moon Pack legacy. And if you would like to join us for this and literally thousands more adventures, do please consider subscribing. But most importantly, my friends, stay curious, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Oh wait, just joking. It turns out we can come over and we can look at the family tree for the Moon Pack. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. So here we have got ourselves with Meadow and Genesis, as you can see, and Genesis apparently had a lot more stamina and strength than normal wolves, but not as much health, which I think is really cool. And we were just kind of like playing across the board for Meadow, but you can actually see the stats of all of your surviving pups. So I thought I would go ahead and show you guys that before we go ahead and start playing as the wolf. It'd be really cool to see relations too. That would be a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. And you can't change anything about the pups, like their personality, their coat, what gender they are, their attributes, but we can go ahead and just celebrate the fact that we're working with the wild genetics we have created. So if we picked Arrow to go ahead and lead the Moon Pack, he would be just like his dad, more stamina, more strength, but not nearly as much health, and he would also have his father's black fur. Parsley would also have her father's black fur, but she's apparently really fast. Look at that. And she's not as strong as the others, so she might need a mate who is a little bit stronger. Calypso is actually stronger, so she, like Arrow, has a bit more speed to her, but she doesn't have quite as much health, so we would need to be a little bit more cautious. And Achilles... Achilles would be our challenging wolf because he's got more stamina, but he has less speed, less health, and less strength. However, that might be a story and an adventure all on its own to try to make happen. So alright guys, the fate of the Moon Pack is in your hands. Do be sure to go over to the community tab and toss in a vote. Also, leave your comments down below, and then we'll look through all of it and we will pick who leads the Moon Pack next time.